Who do you think will win tonight? Knicks Sixers.
I like Philadelphia in this game. I just think what Tyrese Maxey did at the end of Game 5 is going to be an adrenaline boost and a confidence builder that's going to carry right over into this game. I think the environment's going to be different because of all the reasons we've talked about and what that arena is going to look like. It was something that I know Stephen A. and I, two guys that have been in that building so many times over the last 20 years of our friendship, and we couldn't believe what we were seeing. And Stephen A's a Knicks fan, and he couldn't believe what he was seeing in that arena. It's going to be a different environment. I think Tyrese Maxey starts fast to pick up where he left off in this game. There's no way Joel Embiid can be as bad as he was in Game 5. He has to be better than that. And I think ultimately the Philadelphia 76ers find a way in a very, very close Game 6 to set up a lot of drama in Madison Square Garden on Saturday.
Let me tell y'all this, all right? I understand that thinking. I get where you're coming from, but, I understand it. I picked it to end in 5. And damn it, it should have ended in 5. I got within 28.6 seconds of it ended in 5 before Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart and all of them messed it up for me, along with Maxey, of course. But let me bring up Maxey in this regard. Maxey is averaging in the fourth quarter. Maxey is averaging 10 points on 61% shooting from the field and 67% shooting from three-point range. Now, Tom Thibodeau, what the hell are you going to do about that? What you going to do about that, Tom Thibodeau, Mr. Defensive Wizardry? What you going to do about that? Do something. Do something, okay? Now, in this particular series, you got 3 players. There are 6 players averaging over 30 a game in the postseason. 3 of them are in this series. Jalen Brunson's leading everybody with 34. Maxey's at 32. Embiid's at 31. We know that there's been 4 games that came down to clutch time. 3 of them have been won by the New York Knicks. And I'm going to hold on to that, Tim Legler. I'm going to lean on that, Andrea. And I'm going to say Philly feeling itself. Big-time victory in Game 5. David Adelson and Mr. Fanatics himself, Michael Rubin, buying tickets to make sure the Philly faithful show up. All of this other stuff. I got it. Y'all go ahead and y'all do that. It's cool. It's cool. Philly's the second home to me. Don't root against them. If they weren't going up against the Knicks, I'd be rooting for them. I got all that, okay? But in the end, what it comes down to is this. Embiid still ain't healthy, and that fan base, as hyped as it's going to be with that adrenaline rush and all of that other stuff, only amplifies the level of pressure they're going to feel. Everybody ain't made for it, baby. Everybody ain't made for it. And so the way I'm looking at it, y'all go ahead and y'all had your moment, and it's good. And you got Game 5, and you going back to the city of brotherly love. And they're going to be hyped. They're going to be in that arena tonight. It's going to be special to see and all of that stuff. But in the end, it's going to come down to clutch time once again, and the New York Knicks won't make the same mistakes twice. They will answer the call. There will not be a Game 7. The New York Knicks win this series tonight.
Stephen A. Smith, there will be a Game 7, and I'm going to ask you this. What is more pressure than down 6 with 28 seconds left in the game? What's more pressure than that situation in the Garden, fans going crazy, they think the game is won, your season's on the line? What is a more pressure-filled moment than that? And then overtime. What's more pressure-filled than that? And who handled it better than anyone else? Tyrese Maxey. Who looked the most energized in the fourth quarter, also in overtime? Tyrese Maxey. Who, when they're aggressive, Tyrese Maxey, who does it open things up for? Joel Embiid. So Tyrese Maxey, coming with that energy, like Legs said, opens up the floor and opens up opportunities for Joel Embiid to have a more efficient night. What did Joel Embiid have in the last game? A migraine, apparently. He's hopefully sleeping in his own bed. Hopefully doesn't have a migraine. And Tyrese Maxey playing that way, handling the pressure. And if you think about it, the pressure will flip immediately to the Knicks. The Knicks are going to feel pressure also to close this game tonight. The Knicks don't want it to go to a Game 7.
Well, Tim Legler and I were talking, and Tyrese Maxey was out there putting on a show looking like the best point guard in the series. And we said that, and then what does Jalen Brunson do? He come out, he dropped 39. And then after that, it's 47. And then after that, it's 40. So what I'm saying to you is I get where you're coming from. But what you're pointing to in terms of that pressurized moment, what I'm saying to you is that I didn't even look at it that way, because to me, the Knicks and the Knicks faithful messed up because they were acting like the game was won because you had the 6-point lead with 28.6 seconds left. So at that particular moment in time, you just throwing up not Hail Marys, because those were legitimate shots by Maxey and ultimately or Embiid, and I get that part. But what I'm saying is that's entirely different, and Tim Legler knows this. That is entirely different than pulling that out and then going back to Philadelphia with expectations surrounded by your home faithful when you insisted on them showing up to support you because you challenged them because they didn't do it, okay, in Game 4. That stuff, to me, is going to be additional pressure compared to the pressure that you just highlighted, Andrea.
Tyrese Maxey is cut from a different cloth. Tyrese Maxey is unfazed by any of this stuff. He embraces the stage. He embraces the bright lights. He's the perfect co-star for Embiid. And I'm going to say this. You talk about Tom Thibodeau. What you going to do about Tyrese Maxey? That's a great point. Here's the problem, though. You can game plan for a lot of things defensively. You can game plan for size. You can game plan for shooting. You can game plan for physical strength and ball handling. You know what you can't really game plan for? Speed. Speed kills, because speed takes the basketball to places that you can't account for in your shoot around. You can't account for in your film session. And that's what Tyrese Maxey has to separate himself in these types of situations. He's not going to get bottled up because he takes the ball from point A to point B too quickly. He's going to get opportunities, and he is a confident young man. So that's why I have a lot of belief tonight, as opposed to most recent seasons when I said, well, who's going to wilt under this pressure that they're going to feel in that building tonight, because it's going to be thick. The air will be thick. We all know that, what it's like in Philadelphia in these types of spots. The difference is Tyrese Maxey, man, he's not going to blink. He's going to stare at it, and he's going to do his thing, and that is why I think Philadelphia wins this game. Game 7 could be a different story, but Philadelphia is going to force a Game 7, Stephen A.
Let's play a hypothetical game right now. If, in fact, it goes to 7 games, would you be nervous at all for your Knicks?
Yeah, I would.
Be sure, Stephen A. There we go.
I would be nervous, no doubt about that. I ain't going to front. I'm not going to lie. I'm not one of these delusional, disgusting Cowboy fans. You know, we know we're going to win the Super Bowl next year. I ain't one of those, okay? I'm a realist, all right? But I truly, truly believe that this is a series that should have belonged to the New York Knicks. And I thought the New York Knicks blew a huge opportunity, but I expect them to answer the call tonight, because those are going to be hostile confines. And having a 3-1 lead, even though there's no Julius Randle, having a 3-1 lead and then blowing Game 5 the way that you did, then to go and lose Game 6 tonight and put yourself in a Game 7 situation with Embiid and Maxey would make me very, very nervous. I'm not going to
That makes sense.